Hello there and a very, very warm welcome. My name's Sean Ryan. I always put that there so I just remember. But it's Tuesday evening, it's 8 o'clock, and that means, of course, the Planet Cruise TV show. A show that's been running now 11 years. Every Tuesday, we bring you exclusive offers and incredible deals. We've actually got 7 cruises tonight, and he's back. Can't get enough of him, Glenn Wallace.
2 on a week.
Yes.
How are you? You all right?
Great. Last week was really busy, actually,
Really
wasn't
busy.
it?
I'll tell you what did really well. Celebrity did really busy last week. After Ruth was on TV. I went back in the office on Wednesday and was taking loads of bookings. It was all good.
Well, tonight we've got an amazing lineup. Before we give you a little teaser, you've got a long list of shout-outs.
I've got 2 to do tonight.
Okay.
Just 2 tonight. It's not too bad. So, a couple on it. I did lose my details, so if I've missed anyone out this week, I do apologise. Let me know in the office this week and I'll do it for you next week. But I've got Brian and Ophelia Pearson. They booked their cruise with me the other day. How are you guys? They're off in 2020 on Celebrity. And also the girls are out. Elaine and Pauline, God help us, they're out on Marella Dream. They've booked a cruise. So I said I'd give them a wave as well. How are you girls? Behave yourself on that cruise.
Well, I love the Marella Dream, and we've actually got the Marella Dream on tonight's show.
We've got a little deal on that for you. It's your favourite now, isn't it?
The price is, it's amazing. it's under £600.
Really good.
Yeah, and that includes drinks and everything. But anyway, that's great. What else we got then, Glenn?
So we've got trips over to South America. We've got something with the 80s coming up. We're off to Norway in the fjords. So we're going to see the Northern Lights. We've got loads of stuff.
Because we've got 2 special guests, haven't we?
2 special guests tonight.
Yes.
Very special.
So Maria's going to be telling us all about Hurtigruten, isn't she?
Hurtigruten, yes.
Oh, very
Hurtigruten. Up to Norway and doing the Northern Lights. And then we've got something a little bit different coming up in a minute.
We have. We're talking 80s and musical theatre. So a great, great show. And don't forget, it's a different phone number for this show. So you go direct to Planet Cruise 0808-2502-662 or go to the website as well.
They can. And the guys are there tonight, ready and waiting to take calls.
I'll be there till 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock tonight, and then back in. I'm back in at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Ah, so you might even hear Glenn tomorrow morning.
See me tomorrow
but we have got a little competition for you as well. And this is to win a cruise with G Adventures. All you need to do to register, to be with the chance, is pretty much go to the Planet Cruise website, planetcruise.com, and just follow the link there. But the website is brilliant. I spend a lot of time on there just planning my next cruises and looking at the incredible deals. Right, don't adjust your TV sets.
This might wake a few people up.
Because we're talking the 80s next, floating festivals at sea. And James is with us. Hello, matey.
Good to see you guys. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Look at these.
I came bearing gifts.
Yours two you can get away with. I'm not sure about.
No, I think that's you, Glenn, honestly.
If I'm always down in Portsmouth, I might not come back.
I actually chose something to suit your personality, so I'm not sure what that says.
No, you got it spot on. I'm a bit fruity and you're... Well, anyway, yeah. Now, you've got us the most amazing cruise tonight. I was a teenager in the 80s.
I wasn't.
You were an embryo, but this is all about an 80s festival at sea, isn't it?
Yes. So floating festivals, we are producing 2 incredible festivals at sea. The first one being the ultimate 80s festival at sea. 3 nights, back-to-back, 80s music, entertainment, non-stop, with all your 80s icons. We've got some incredible entertainers.
So you've got some
year.
big names on there, haven't you?
Sean, we've got Tony Hadley on this year. We've got Sister Sledge, we've got UB40, we've got The Fizz, we've got Brother Beyond, we've got a whole bunch of tribute artists, we've got Pat Sharp who's going to be on as well.
Yeah, is he kind of like the anchor almost?
He's the face of the festival. So Pat was incredible last year for our 2018 festival, our inaugural year. And yeah, Tony was on our press day on Friday in Southampton. He was on board the ship. He's just an incredible guy.
He's got the most amazing voice, hasn't he?
Not only has he got an incredible voice...
Oh, there's The Fizz, by the way.
Yeah, he is going to be on the ship, very accessible. So the immersive festival at sea experience gives all the guests the chance to be up close and personal with the artist.
I'm just looking here at all the big names.
The Gangsters is all that ska music. We've got an incredible a cappella group there for you as well. The Magnets, they're fantastic.
Right, hang on, that's a picture of me. How did that get there?
Look at that.
Jeez, you're looking good.
Yeah. Well, listen, I won't be performing, but oh, there's Pat Sharp. Looks a bit like you there, Glenn.
He does look all right, doesn't he?
Looks great.
I used to listen to him.
But let's just have a little look. So, you know, I've had friends that were on this last year. Amazing time.
Yeah. So from the minute you actually get to the terminal, it is a full 80s experience. We've got 80s music, we've got pop-up performances, all the way through until you jump on board, and it is just non-stop. So if you love 80s music and you love all the luxuries of a cruise, as we all do, we love cruising, then this is the festival for you.
See, I love the idea of going to a festival, but it's actually quite hard work. But on a ship, on a cruise, it's amazing, isn't it?
Well, no muddy fields, no portaloos. You got all the luxuries of a cruise, but together with non-stop incredible entertainment.
Can I just ask though, because obviously the ship as well, being on Explorer, is going to be fantastic anyway. But obviously, is everything open on board the ship as well?
Everything. All the amenities on board the beautiful Explorer of the Seas is available, plus with all of the added extra entertainment that we bring.
Do you have to dress like this? Or?
Well, it's funny you mention that, Sean, because 3 nights, 3 theme nights. So one of them is dressing up as your favourite 80s character. We have a neon night, a simply 80s night. So we encourage all of our guests to really get involved. And that's what the whole fun, festive atmosphere is about.
We'll hold on to these.
One of the things is not open on board the ship, and you've changed it a little bit.
Well, the ice skating rink, we turn it into Club Tropicana, which is the hottest disco at sea. So we cover the ice, and we have back-to-back DJs, live performances, the whole dance floor full. It is the hottest spot on the ship.
Do you know, I would seriously love to. I'm very tempted, actually, because I was, you know, out clubbing in the 80s, so I would have a ball.
Well, I did one of the holiday parks a little while ago, did an 80s week, and it was okay, it was fine, but when you're doing it on a cruise ship and you're sailing, it's going to be so much better.
Now, you're going to be away 3 nights. You've got all that amazing music and the whole experience included from Southampton, but we do nip over to Le Havre, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So I think we've got a date set, and then we go into Le Havre, which is obviously a nice chance to go and stretch your legs, maybe get some fresh air, and have a bit of a break from the party.
Recharge.
And again, as I said, you can do a number of things there, but I mean, we always talk about Paris, but you know, the other things you can do, you can go to Monet's house, you can do the D-Day beaches, there's loads of stuff, but actually in Le Havre as well, if you just want to get off, go and have a beer in town and relax for a few hours, and then back to the party.
Back on to all the entertainment.
I think it sounds so good. Very important question, are drinks packages available?
Well, the great news is Royal Caribbean have cut off the drinks packages for short cruises, but at floating festivals we are continuing with the drinks packages. So 3 nights, all-inclusive deluxe drinks packages are available for people to enjoy, because we want people to have a great time.
We can have those on in the office. It's about 50
you can have them
on, but you know, by the time you've had a few drinks with your friend, it's worth it.
Incredible value.
Yeah, I mean, well, we would definitely do that. So just to give you the details, now if you are going with other passengers, 3 or 4 passengers sharing with all-inclusive drinks and tips, you can do that from just $4.99 per person. 2 adults sharing without drinks from $6.29. We've got a free upgrade from Ocean View to balcony. We've got all of those great acts, as we said, including UB40, Tony Hadley. It is going to be the ultimate 80s festival at sea there. And if you do want to make life a little bit easier, you could also stay at the Holiday Inn in Winchester for only £95 per person, and that will include breakfast, parking,
and we'll have quite a lot of people staying there that night as well, so I think that'll be the start of the party.
Yeah,
a
bit of a recovery, no doubt.
There's your free upgrade, as you can see there, from Ocean View to balcony. You can even do a suite as well for just over £1,000 there as well. Now that's our first cruise, which is all about the 80s. But spot the difference. Very quick change, because our next cruise, if you love musical theatre, then this is one for you. It's called Stages, and oh my word, the acts on board are incredible. So James, my partner actually did this last year, had the most amazing time, and I think Kat, our executive producer, went on board as well.
And my wife is desperate to go on this.
Well, the acts were huge last year, but what names we've got this year? I think they're even bigger, aren't they?
Well, we are very delighted to announce we've got Alfie Boe on this year, as we all know, is an incredible performer. We have Sheridan Smith, Olivia Award-winning, BAFTA Award-winning artist. She's going to be on board. Calabro, the world's most famous musical theatre supergroup, are back by popular demand.
Yeah, they were amazing last year,
And not only do we have that, we have the Tony Award-winning musical, Avenue Q, on board.
I have never seen that. It's on my wish. It's supposed to be absolutely hilarious as well, isn't it?
Yeah, really good, yeah.
They've never performed at a festival, let alone at sea. So it's a massive coup to have that on board, and our guests are going to absolutely love that.
And we should say all of this is included.
Absolutely.
You don't pay extra anything.
Absolutely. Over 4 nights, we have 8 West End shows for our guests to enjoy. That's 8 different shows. So not only the incredible artists, but we're going to bring a whole bunch of other great artists from the West End, stars of Wicked, stars of Phantom of the Opera. As you can see, it is the ultimate musical theatre experience, and it's in decadence. As you can see, it's just such a fantastic, enjoyable atmosphere.
And I think when you know, I love going to the West End, but when you think what you pay to see a single performance in the West End, and this is all included.
I mean, you quickly do the numbers and you realise the incredible value that we are offering over the 4 nights. And not only do you get to see these incredible shows, but we have the Stages Academy, which we're introducing this year. So you get to go behind the scenes and find out the intricacies of developing a West End show.
Really?
So can I just ask though, one thing my guests have asked me, obviously we've got these people performing. Now, are you guaranteeing that we're going to get to see them? Because obviously the theatre, the amount of people on board the ship, the theatre size, how does that work?
Great question, Glenn. We have 3 different shows of every artist on board. The theatre holds 1,400 people, so everyone is guaranteed to see all 8 shows. All 8 shows, everyone's guaranteed to see them, enjoy them, make the most of the experience.
I was wondering the same thing, actually.
Yeah, because obviously you want to make sure you see it. That's what.
Well, everyone has a different colour C-Pass card, so that dictates what show you go to. We give them all the information, so all the stress is removed.
Good.
Enjoy the show, relax. A night at the theatre.
You're guaranteed to see them all.
Absolutely. 8 different shows.
My wife booking this. We'd
love to have her on. We'd love to have her join us.
The show finished.
I think, you know, to treat their partner or friend, a member of the pharmacist, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? And my mum would love it as well. Anyway, you do get to now. You are on a cruise, so you do get to stop, don't you?
Exactly. So this one's going to go all the way around the bottom, and it's going to go up to that quiet little bespoke village of Dublin. So we're going to go into Dublin for the day, and again, where we tend to dock is round the back of the O2 area. That's where the port is. Buses in, shuttle buses in, and then from there you get dropped off in the centre of Dublin and go and experience everything Dublin's got to offer. It's one of the wonderful cities of Europe, and as I said, if you've never been there before, go down to Grafton Street and have a drink. Take one of the ducks across the pond, and you know, one of the trips they do there. It's a great,
again,
great
you are on
city.
board the fabulous Explore the Seas.
And you go back for a night of entertainment.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think, do you know, well, last year this sold so quickly, didn't I remember?
Well, the success of our 2018 festivals, we sold on each of those cruises last year over 600 cabins while on board. So within 3 nights, the next cruise office was absolutely rammed. The popularity has been great. The uptake has been incredible. Our fans, we've got some loyal fans, and we can't wait to invite them back.
A huge amount have rebooked already, but be quick tonight. Do give us a call. I'm really tempted with this one.
Really good.
I'd like to both, to be fair.
I think they're two different experiences, aren't they? Two different parties.
We have plenty of guests staying on board for 7 nights. Why only do one when you can have it all, Sean? 7 nights. You're going to have to bring a lot of costumes.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of outfits.
But you can take as much luggage you like, of course. I know where is that. So you are going to experience the ultimate musical theatre festival at sea. Alfie Bow, Sheridan Smith, Calabria, many, many more. On-board gratuities, they are included. They are included on both, actually, aren't they? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, you can add on the deluxe drinks package for just £199 per person. And as mentioned, you can also stay at the Holiday Inn the night before. Price-wise, starting at just $639. We've got the Ocean View there, $739. Balcony, $839. And we have got the suite there as well. Thoroughly enjoyed that. James, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Can I get the jacket?
I'll have to take them back, actually. I'm sorry, guys. But if you come on board, you can wear them. How's that?
Lovely, done.
I feel devastated. I'd planned my weekend attire. I was going to wear that the weekend.
See me walking in the office with that tomorrow. And oh, really?
James, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Really excited about that.
Thank you.
What a start to the show. But coming up next, we have got a wonderful 17-night cruise that takes you to Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, from Singapore with Princess. So let's, first of all, talk about Gardens by the Bay. Have a little look at this. So, Glenn, this is an amazing experience, isn't it?
Obviously we've packaged this with a stay in Singapore.
And that's at the beginning, isn't it?
Yeah, and we've got 3 nights. To be quite honest, I'd always recommend 3 nights in Singapore. You can shorten it or longer it if you want it. But the Gardens by the Bay is a new concept over the last few years. But you can see it's like something cross between Avatar and the Eden Project over down in Cornwall. But it's phenomenal. And then, as I said, you can then go during the day, you can go in the evening, and it's phenomenal. But it's a wonderful place to go and explore. You can spend all day there, and we've included tickets to get get in there as well. But
and so you are in Singapore for 3 nights in a 4-star hotel. And I've told you this before, but the last cruise I did that stayed in Singapore was only 1 night, and I really felt.
But you've got Sentosa Island, you've got Raffles, you've got Marina Bay Hotel, so you've got so much to go and see. But so then that Gardens by the Bay is an added on, and we've thrown that into the price.
But then you have got the most incredible 12-night cruise with Princess. I've got to say, I was so impressed with Princess Cruises. They've got a great reputation.
They're 5-star, they're luxury. And what's quite nice, I say it a lot about Princess, is that once you've been on one ship, they're all very, very similar. So this is Sapphire Princess, a great ship, great eateries, great dining. But again, of course, it's your transport to take you around to these wonderful places. Now, if you want to see, you know, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, try and do it yourself, it's never the easiest thing to do. So to do it on a ship and sort of go off one day, maybe in Thailand, come back, watch a wonderful show, have good food, wake up the next day in Malaysia.
And I'm not the most adventurous of people. I would hate to, to like backpack around the country by myself now. A bit old for that. But
you're cultured, and
well, I think I'm just a bit older, Glenn, and I just like with a cruise, it's all. Everything's done for you. It's a lot safer, the whole experience.
But you imagine going out for the day and having a wonderful day, for example, in Vietnam, and going off to all these different places, and then knowing you're coming back to 5-star luxury, sitting in the bar having a couple of drinks, then go, let's go and have our dinner, go and have dinner, then you go and watch a West End style show, and then, as I said, waking up in a new destination. But as a Princess are one of our biggest sellers, and as I said, you've got the opportunity to go around some wonderful ports of call, some real blockbuster ports of call. And as I said, if you've not been there before, and look at the price. The price on that is unbelievable.
So I love Princess and definitely plan more cruises with them. But I was very surprised to see that price because bear in mind, all your flights are included. Your flights to Singapore would be.
Well, your flights, you've got your transfers, you've got entrance into Gardens Bay, you've got
your hotel stay,
and your cruise included on that as well.
So amazing value. You're away for over 2 weeks in total.
And then with the hotel, what we tend to use, I mean, we don't book anyone's hotel. We have various hotels we use in Singapore, but we use a couple of different ones like Holiday Inn Atrium and the Elizabeth. They're really, really good locations, right in the centre of Singapore, and easy to then go.
And this is one of the things that Planet Cruise are great at. Not just giving you amazing deals on the cruise, but you are excellent at putting the whole package together.
Yeah, and we look after you. You're fully absent atoll protected, so we look after you the whole way.
You make it easy.
Of course we do.
Which we like. Yeah. Anyway, where are we going to? Well, we're going to fly you from the UK to Singapore. As we mentioned, you've got your 3 nights in the 4-star hotel, Gardens by the Bay. You're on the ship, and it's Port Klang first, isn't it?
Yeah, so Port Klang, if you weren't aware, is the gateway to then get into Kuala Lumpur. Now, again, there's nothing much in the port area, so you're going to go down into Kuala Lumpur, and that's probably one of the highlights to see, which is there, the Petronas Towers. And again, they do various tours there. You can walk across the bridge if you pre-book it, or you could just go and take in the wonders. You can also go to the Batu Caves, which are really, really impressive, into the caves, and of course, various temples, and that will be the same throughout most of the ports of call we go to. We then head down into Penang. A trip to Penang Hill's always worth a visit, and that will give you the overview of Penang. But when we were there, we went to a number of the different temples, but we also then went down into the market, the local market. We went to the fish market. You can imagine that's an experience. But again, the scenery there is wonderful. From there, we go down to one of the highlights for me, which is Phuket. Phuket is a great place to go and explore, and this is one of the trips to do over to James Bond Island. You can go to the Wat Shalong Temple if you want a bit more culture. Depending on what you want to do, I love that James Bond Island trip, which is wonderful. And you've got the limestone stacks there as you sail past, and that's what you see in a lot of the brochures, and that's what you can see.
It's an amazing place.
Yeah, it is. And when we were there last time in Phuket, we took the crew out and we took them elephant trekking.
Oh, really?
Took 50 of the crew out elephant trekking. It was great. Then we had a day at sea, and then we go back into Singapore. So you've got to stop back in Singapore. Again, you can do a little bit more exploring and go off for the day there. And then you're sort of on your second cruise. It's like a back-to-back cruise. And then from there, relaxing day at sea, and then into Koh Samui. Now, Koh Samui, I holidayed there a number of years ago. Great for your beaches. If you like going and swimming in paradise, scenes from the film The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio was filmed there. But this is snorkeling paradise, swimming paradise, great beaches. And again, you've still got the culture if you wanted to, but a lot of people hit the beach in that part of the world. We're then going to Lam Shabang. Lam Shabang is the gateway into Bangkok. So again, to take you into Bangkok from there, it can take about 2 hours drive to get in, so you tend to do the full-day tour, but you can do the Grand Palace, you can take one of the Golden Guard ships all the way along, you can go to some of the temples, and of course down into the main strip there where you've got the bars and the restaurants, and you can find out what Bangkok's famous for.
I tell you what, there's a huge variety of experiences on this one trip.
It is, and again, you're ticking off all these places on this particular one. Another relaxing day at sea, which is nice after after a long day in Bangkok. And then from there we go on to Vietnam. We go into Ho Chi Minh, and for this one here, you've got a chance there to go over to the War Remnants. You've got the Notre Dame Square, you've got Independence Palace, and also maybe a trip over to Cu Chi Tunnels. Again, turbulent history. I always say it with Vietnam, but I think you need to embrace it. You need to go and see it.
I loved my time in Vietnam, and the people I thought were wonderful.
Yeah, and it's so cheap to eat and drink out there as well.
It really is,
you know,
isn't
if
it?
you're going out and doing your own thing. And then chill out there at sea, and then back into Singapore, and that's where you're going to fly home. But that's 17 nights for 1,500 quid. It's less than that, £90 a day.
I honestly think that's one of the best deals we've had with Princess, actually.
I think it is,
for that part of the
especially
world.
if you've not been to that part of the world. You know, look at all those different places you're going to, and you're sailing in 5-star luxury.
And I can honestly say, your experience, yes, it will be outstanding with Princess. The rooms, the suites are beautiful. The entertainment, again, outstanding. Food, service,
and again,
everything.
Remember with this as well, we can take a deposit this evening, you're not paying for it in full, and then you can pay it off with our system, with our direct debit system now. You can pay it off over the next 6 months or 16 weeks before we'll ask you for the balance, but you've got plenty of time to save up.
Now, we should mention, if you book by the 31st of May, is that Friday?
Friday,
yeah. It must be, yeah, Friday. You will... I believe the £50 per booking, you actually get that. You save an additional £50. Is that right?
Yes, there's another 50 quid off that as well.
Wow, okay. A 3-night stay is included in that 4-star hotel in Singapore. You've got the Gardens by the Bay tour and a 12-night cruise on board. And return flights based on London. Price-wise, you have a look at this, because I would definitely upgrade to the Ocean View. That's 1,599, so it's only £100 more over, that long cruise, which definitely worth doing if you can. And balcony is 1,849. I was very lucky. One of the cruises I did with Princess was in a mini suite.
Yeah, they're nice.
They're really nice.
But the other thing as well, we're saying London flights and that, but because we're flying into Singapore, we would normally look at alternative flights from sort of, if we're using Emirates, Manchester, Newcastle, Glasgow. There might be a small supplement, but we can definitely do those.
Brilliant.
For you, no problem at all.
So we think that one's going to go very quickly tonight. So do give us a call. Remember, 0808 250 2662. Oh, we also have, now you might have seen me mention this earlier, we've got a really cheeky little last-minute special. Just got dropped in price. It's now $849. Now, look at the date, 29th of June.
Nice time of year to go.
Really nice time. So, you're there the last, say, few days of June into July. You've got a wonderful 7-night med cruise there. So Barcelona, Gibraltar, Marseille, Florence and Pisa, Rome. $849. We never get prices like that.
And to be quite honest, that's one of our packages we put together on there, so we can actually add that on and give you an extra couple of stay in Barcelona at the start or the end. Great. Just depending on what you want to do, but good port.
That is amazing,
really,
isn't it?
really good.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a nice time of year to go.
But I said we've got a very, very exciting show tonight. I've been very lucky. I've cruised around the fjords. But we're going to offer you the ultimate experience right now with Hurtigruten and Maria. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, whenever, and it was Glenn actually that first told me about your amazing company and brand. Whenever people ask me about cruising the fjords, I always say, if you want the ultimate experience, that's what you offer, isn't it?
Yes, it's a little bit different.
It is, isn't it?
It's a little bit different. We've been going out to Norway for almost 126 years now, so we know these waters quite well.
You know what you're doing.
We know what we're doing.
And you actually, because your ships are smaller, more intimate, you actually get to places that other ships just cannot reach.
That's it. We take customers to places that the majority of all tourists that go to Norway will never actually experience. So we sail all the way from Bergen in the south up to Kirkenes on the Russian border and back again.
Now, one of the main reasons a lot of us want to go to Norway and cruise around the fjords is to see the Northern Lights. You actually offer a guarantee with us, don't you?
That's right. We've got a Northern Lights promise. So it's not as good as saying we're definitely going to see them, but if you're on a 12-day voyage, so the classic grand voyage, and don't have a sighting of the Northern Lights, we will give you a free voyage next year, a free 6 or 7 day voyage.
So and you actually hear announcements when the Northern Lights are present, don't you?
Yes.
So if you don't hear an announcement...
Don't have an announcement at all in those 12 days. And those announcements can be halfway through dinner at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is getting dressed very quickly and running out on deck.
You see some sights, I tell you, when they start running upstairs at 3 in the morning.
Especially if they don't get dressed properly and then have to come back in again.
That would be me, but I'd want to see them.
But this is it. So it's all about rushing out.
But I love that guarantee. Yeah. If you don't hear the announcements, don't see them.
At all. Then we get a free voyage the following year. So
I did 3 years doing the Northern Lights, three winters up doing the Northern Lights, and it is an experience. It's completely different. You know, we offer a lot of 7-night fjords cruising in the summer where you go to the big ports of call. These are going to places you can't even Google. When you Google them, they're that small because they stop and start all the way on.
Yeah.
How many ports of call do you stop at on the way up?
So it's 34 ports.
34 ports in 12 days.
Wow. Yes. Well, just talk us through. So this gives you a little idea of some things you can do.
So this gives you an idea of some of the ships that we have out there. So they're a lot smaller ships, so they range about 450 passengers or so.
Lovely.
So it's a very different experience when you go out there. There's no hustle and bustle trying to get off.
Because the trouble is, a lot of the bigger ships, you know, just to get on and off, it takes a lot of time, but not with you.
5 minutes, and then you're in the port, and you can start experience and sort of really have that adventure that you want. And there's lots of different optional excursions that you can add on. So if you want a proper adventure, and that's what you can do. You can do your dog sledging, your reindeer visits. You can go visit the Samis up in the northern Norway and learn about their culture, fishing.
And actually, you were saying that all the food on board is local to the port that you visited.
Yeah, so we source all the food as we sail along the coastline.
Wow.
So the fish that you'd see there, that would have been picked up in the morning by a member of the kitchen staff.
It's not going to be. You couldn't get fresher than that, could you?
No, because the salmon that you have when you come back home is not going to taste anything like the amazing food that you're going to get out on there. But of course, the Northern Lights is the main attraction when you go out there. And no sighting of the lights is the same as the next one. I've been lucky enough to see them quite a few times, and they're just, every time you see them, it's a completely different experience.
I know, the Asper is one of the most breathtaking sights in the world.
I think with the Northern Lights as well, it's very difficult to get a picture, but you're saying the staff on board assist the guests to get the best photo, because they're quite difficult to get a photo of.
It can be quite tricky, and people spend a lot of time getting the right settings in, but we've got a full expedition team on board all of the ships, so 3 members of staff, and they're all Canon certified, so if you're having trouble getting that photo, they're there to assist you. But they're also there to talk to you, and little informal lectures throughout the whole trip about Norway, about the culture, the history, the Northern Lights, and everything that you might want to know.
I mean, it doesn't get any more authentic than this, does it?
This is the true Norwegian experience.
Now, food, is that all included?
Yes, all your food is included, so breakfast, lunch and dinner is all included, and you also get free tea and coffee throughout the voyage as well.
All I would say to you when you do these voyages, again, you know, you're up in the, you're going through the Arctic Circle, so you know you need to be dressed. Take your whole wardrobe.
Yeah.
Take everything you've got in your wardrobe and wear it. Because, but again, when you're up there, it is cold, but you'll just get used to it. And good footwear is always required.
Good footwear, good hats.
Salopettes if you can get them. But again, go prepared.
But it's a nicer cold. It's not that horrible, dready one that you get here.
My auntie cruised with you earlier this year for her 80th birthday.
Yeah,
and she had the most amazing time. And
good. And she saw the lights.
Yeah, she did. She did. And at 80, she was fine. She wrapped it well, he said, but she loved it.
Norwegian have a saying: "There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing."
We had that earlier, didn't we?
Exactly.
For the 80s cruise.
No snazzy jackets for us, I'm afraid.
Right, I'd love to talk through the ports because a lot of these we've never had on the show, have we?
No, and again, as I said, what Hurtigruten have done is they've chartered planes, haven't you, from various regional airports on certain sailings.
Yeah.
So, again, when you phone the team tonight, they can have a chat to you about what's included. And because these go out continually, it might not be with this particular ship, it might be with a slightly different one. But again, you're going to head all the way up the coastline there. So, as we go up, there's a number of different ports we're going to start. But Malta is quite famous at the moment, even more because that's where the Manchester United manager's from, who's doing so well. But again, when you go to Malta, the famous thing there is the Atlantic Ocean Road, which is that road that sort of goes up and dips. But again, we used to do the tour out there. That's quite interesting. And then as we head along the coastline, you're going to a number of different places. You've also got Svolvær as well.
Svolvær, part of the Lofoten Islands, which is absolutely stunningly beautiful. It's a perfect place to go out and really get a feel for what true Norway is.
That's your real feels when you go in the Lofoten, isn't it? All the way through there. It's
absolutely stunning. There's a number of different excursions we offer around there as well, so you can even go horseback riding in the Lofoten Islands and hopefully see the Northern Lights while you're doing that.
Yeah.
So,
and I think this whole cruising, this is the Lofoten Islands as you make your way up there. You keep an eye out for the reindeer, but it's the sailing. It's not so much the ports of call, it's the sailing going up that coastline.
Getting there is going through these narrow waters that we're really the only ones that actually get
to. Exactly. I mean, you do rib rides there, you go up to Kirkenes. Kirkenes has got the stave churches, which you can go and see. And one of my favourite places is right up the north there, is up by Tromsø. So Tromsø, again, through that Arctic Circle. Yeah. And again, with Tromsø, you've got the Arctic Cathedral.
Yes.
We used to do the trip over to the Arctic Cathedral across the bridge.
Yeah, we do
and
that.
And they used to do the
We did a midnight concert there. So on your southbound voyage, you'll go into Tromsø and you'll get a chance to go to the cathedral.
And the acoustics in that cathedral are
absolutely beautiful.
fantastic.
Just having a quick look here.
Yeah, so that's
There's
the
the
Arctic
cathedral
Cathedral there.
there.
That's the
Wow.
Arctic Cathedral there. But again, that's a university town as well, so it's quite lively.
It's a surprisingly large city,
Yeah.
considering how far north you
They
are.
are, and they've got the ski
really-
jump
What
there
do
as
we
well.
call
Yeah.
large then?
Oh, it's about 7 people.
It's about 70,000 people, I think,
Oh,
which for
yeah,
Norway
yeah,
is
no,
actually
that
not
is- yeah,
pretty big.
okay, yeah.
Considering the neighbouring town is probably
But
12,000.
But
Yeah.
again, as you're going all the way along there, again, constantly looking for the Northern Lights, and as I said, they'll make announcements.
Wow.
We head on the way down, we go all the way back down, from Tromsø we go down to Alesund, again, all the way through these fjords. And as I said, there's even more ports of call than this that they stop and start. They're just ones we put on the map. But there's, as I said, 34 ports of call on the way up, 34 on the way down. You'll do 4 or 5 ports of call in a day.
Yeah.
You'll stop, go off for a bit, and then some of the bigger ones you stop a little bit longer.
That's
don't you,
it.
to do
They're
some of the
attraction
excursions.
stops. We can go off and have a proper look around
Yeah.
or join one of the excursions. But even the smaller ones, it's just nice because you do get a feel for what real Norwegian life is
Yeah.
like in this smaller little town.
It makes me realise that the 2 cruises I've experienced around the fjords, which were amazing, but I've only seen a tiny
Yeah, but
part.
it's a
Yes.
different environment. Doing
So
the
much
Northern
there.
Lights in the winter, completely different country
Yeah.
than going in the summer.
Yeah.
I'd love to do this.
And
I
again,
really
also,
would.
you know, you get these ships turn up 5,000 people into Gairanga. This is different. How many people have you got? What, 400?
450 on the ship that we're seeing now.
And we should say all of your ships have been refurbished in the last 2 years, haven't
Yeah, so the ones that we use for these charter departures,
yes.
they've all been refurbished in the last 2 years, so it's much more modern, much more Scandinavian look and feel to them. So all your communal areas, as you can see, are looking quite smart now, really.
they? Yeah, and great food.
Yes, amazing
Yeah.
food, definitely.
And there's the different cabins available. The polar, I like the names of them actually as well. The polar outside,
Yeah.
the Arctic Superior.
Yeah.
And by the way, you won't be wearing T-shirts out there.
No, that's slightly summery photo. That's more the kind of, that's what you're seeing there
But I mean,
instead.
It's
just
great.
the experience is going to be outstanding. And remember, you've got the Northern Lights guarantee.
That's it. So if you travel on any of these, you'll get the Northern Lights promise included as well. So if you are really unlucky and don't have the Northern Lights, you can go back a second chance to hopefully see them.
Amazing. So just to show you what's included there. So as we've just mentioned, if the Northern Lights don't appear, we will give you another voyage for free. £50 onboard spend per cabin. Now that's exclusive to us tonight, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Just for the next few days until Friday, so you will get that extra onboard spend as well. Wi-Fi, that's free. You've got tea and coffee. Also tonight, we will give you your choice of cabin number as well, won't we?
Yes, that's right. So you can pick whether you want a cabin right at the front or in the middle of the ship.
Yeah,
Will it be higher up?
That is really good, isn't it? Because we all like different things. Return flights for... Now, they are based on Cardiff for the lead date, but we've actually got various flights available depending on the date. We can always find
Yeah,
regional
so
flights,
depending on the
can't we?
date you want to go, that will depend on mainly where the flights are. Some are London Gatwick, aren't they? Some
That's
are
right.
Manchester, Leeds, Bradford.
Yeah, so there's loads of different options for your airport, so that's no problem.
So just give us a call, we can talk you through. But some great dates there, all the way from the 24th of January up to the 21st of March. So we've already had some sellouts. This one is selling really fast. And so the flights there are based on the lead prices, but we could find other regional flights for you.
Absolutely.
Now, we do have one very, very special destination hotspot for you tonight. Maria, I know we haven't got long, but can you quickly talk through this?
Yes, so this is a brand new offer that we've just launched, and it's a flight inclusive offer. So this one here is based on a December 2020 date, going down to Antarctica, spending a full 17 nights sailing down to the Antarctic Peninsula on our brand new hybrid powered expedition ship.
Wow. I know you'll need to know more about that. Give us a call and our experts at Planet Cruise can talk you through that one. So just make a note of it. The ID number there, 215832, but we can talk you through in, of course, more detail. I just want to say a big thank you, if I can, to, of course, Maria.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
I would love to do that. I
they're
really
good.
would.
They're good. If you really want to see the Northern Lights and do it all,
it is.
But we are out of time, so we will see you very soon.
Yes, we'll be
on the
back
Planet
again.
Cruise sofa. Right.
couldn't be much different. Could it?
Yeah. We're going to take you to some warmth now. It's great to have choice, though, isn't it? And Royal Caribbean, my very first cruise 10 years ago. I had a great time. They hooked me into cruising. But this is a 12-night Dubai, Oman and Abu Dhabi with stay cruise. So this gives you an idea of the type of things that you can do when you're on this cruise. So, I mean, Glenn, there is something for everybody.
Yeah,
in
I
this
need
part
to
of the
phone my
world.
brother. My brother got married on Saturday, and he's actually went to Dubai on.
Oh,
on his
really?
honeymoon. So he's
Really?
over there at the moment,
Wow.
lording it up. So very jealous. But
Gonna say,
I mean, this
he's
is just
doing it in style, isn't
yeah. I mean, this is just some of the things you can do, and it's just to give you an oversight. I mean, these aren't included. These are just some of the ideas, but you know, there's loads of stuff to do there. One of the things I want to do, which is actually not on this one, is the desert safari. They do the jeep safaris
Yeah, I've seen
out
that.
into the sand dunes. Now, if you haven't got time in Dubai, don't worry, because other places on this itinerary you can do those. But again, it's old meets new. It's probably one of the most vibrant cities in the world. You've got the tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, so you can actually take a trip up there and literally go above the clouds. But again, there's so much to do there. Go off to Atlantis and water parks, or go to the marina, go to Palm. You know, 3 days is definitely not long enough, so you can extend it if you wanted to, but we base this with a 3-day stay there in Dubai.
So that was just a little idea of some of the things that you could do. But you are going to be on board the Jewel of the Seas with Royal Caribbean for a fantastic 7-night cruise. Glenn, you'd be dancing the night away.
Oh, I'd be
in the
doing all
casino.
sorts of casino and dancing. But I mean, you're going from Dubai, which is the playground of the rich and famous, onto these ships, and they've got so much going for them.
I mean, you could never ever be bored with Royal Caribbean. You saw there the amazing shows. You saw the choice of activities. I always think, and we often say this, that if you're going with friends and family of all generations, there is something for everybody.
There is, and again, I mean, in the past, cruise ships were just a vessel to get you to the next place. Now they're destinations unto themselves, but great restaurants on there. So you've got your Italian restaurants, you've got your Chops Grill's my favourite. I love the steaks on board, and again, you can dine there if you wanted to. But even if you don't go into speciality restaurants, you've still got the normal restaurants on there. Again, you've got fabulous staff on board to look after you. You won't be disappointed. And what's nice is look at the itinerary you're going to.
Yeah, well, let's quickly talk you through. So we flew you to Dubai. You were there for 3 nights at that amazing 4-star hotel. Massive choice of things to do.
Yeah.
But your first day is at sea.
Yeah, just a relaxing day at sea, just to take in the sights of Jewel of the Seas. And then we go down into Doha. Now, Doha is becoming very, very popular. Again, it's modern skyscrapers there, as you can see. But you've also got various places to go and see here, like the Museum of Islamic Art. You can go to some of the souks. And again, here you can take part in one of those desert safaris if you wanted to. But again, another modern city you can see developing in front of your eyes. Now, we then go down to Bahrain. So in Bahrain here, again, becoming another popular destination to go and see. And the city is emerging, but you've still got the Al Fateh Grand Mosque. But again, you'll see the modern culture coming into this part of the world. I'm actually doing this cruise in November, very, very similar one as well, going to these places. And again, I can't wait to go and experience as much as I possibly can, really, and take the family there.
And also, I mean, great weather,
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
We should
do. Yeah, this time of year.
Although you can be unlucky, Glenn.
Yeah, I can, but I'm keeping everything crossed on this one.
Yeah, never cruise the same time as Glenn.
No, never. Then we head down to Suribanas Island. Now, Suribanas Island is an island they've developed there, and again, here you've got again the sand dunes, and you've got the water to go swimming, but you've also got the wildlife here as well. So you can take a safari here, go out on one of the safaris. You can just laze on the sunbeds, but again, keep your eye out for all the wildlife there. You've got the gazelles and giraffe. You can also go and see the stingrays. You've got a culture and history tour you can take, a conservation tour. You can either go mountain biking as well. So there's loads to see there, and a very interesting place to go and visit. We'll then head on to Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi and Dubai now are sort of in direct competition.
Yeah.
People are going to Abu Dhabi now as an alternative to Dubai, and again, a wonderful destination. Ferrari World is where popular people go to. They go to Yas Island. You've got the water parks there as well. And again, that's Ferrari World there if you want a bit more excitement, and it's got one of the largest water parks in the world. But again, here, if you wanted to, you can also go out to the desert safari. But again, Ferrari World is definitely worth a visit, of course, where the Grand Prix is. And then from there, we go back into Dubai, and this is where you're going to have another night overnight on board. So again, you'll use the ship as the hotel. So you've got 3 nights at the start and an overnight at the end. Certainly, you can tick off most things in Dubai, but what a wonderful destination. And look at the price, £1,100 lead-in price for January.
Well, let's just talk through that. For 12 nights.
12 nights.
I don't think I'd expect that to be 7
Well, your
nights.
flights are £500 or £600.
And you've got 3 nights in a fabulous 4-star hotel in Dubai. I mean, that will be amazing. 7 nights on board, return flights based on London. We can offer you as ever regional flights for just.
We can do Manchester, Newcastle on there because we use an Emirates, so we can do that for you.
And price-wise, that is really good.
Really good. But even in other dates, look. 11.49.
Yeah,
11.99.
they don't jump much at all, do they?
And again, the same thing. It's going in 2020. Deposit today, and then balance is due 16 weeks before. You can pay it off as you go along.
Yeah, really, that's really good, isn't it?
It's
yeah.
good.
Anyway, God, truly to me, I'm always booking my next cruise as I'm presenting the show. Now, many of you know I was actually on the Marella Dream earlier this year.
Hasn't stopped talking about it.
Well, I went with friends and they were on a budget, I'll be honest,
Yeah.
you know, and in the process of moving home and stuff, but so we thought, we'd heard how great Marella were.
Yeah.
You also great value, great entertainment, great food, but we were so
And
impressed.
you finally booked a cruise with me.
Yeah, and it was this one. You know, I'm not going to say newest ship or anything like
No.
that. She's not, but she's really nicely maintained. Food, service, the entertainment was some of the best I've
Well,
ever
we've
seen.
just come off Discovery, haven't we?
Well, yeah,
Discovery.
yeah, and I've just booked the Discovery, yeah.
And I just find that the staff was so friendly on board, and the shows were brilliant. They always say
Yeah.
about the entertainment on board, and I wanted to see it, but it is
Yeah.
great.
Honestly, some of the best entertainment both of us have ever seen. And that price, Glenn, bear in mind, this is all-inclusive, isn't it?
All inclusive, yeah. All inclusive, standard now, 559.
I keep looking at that thinking, sure you've got to add drinks to that.
Flights, transfers, and tips included on that as well. Not bad, is it?
I'm sorry, I mean, Jim, my producer said Sean's looking a bit confused. I still can't believe that's all. And all your drinks as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm confused at 559.
The thing is, do you know what people like when they get on, especially things like ships like the Marella Dream, is they just feel at ease.
Yeah.
Some ships you go on, you feel you need a little bit of airs and graces, and it can sometimes feel a little bit.
What to do, how to behave. Yeah.
This you just walk on, and what I found on Marella when I was on it is the guests. They're all. When I say down to earth, that sounds disrespectful, but everyone talked to everybody.
Yeah, I
everyone
agree.
was friendly.
Yeah.
You sit round the pool, you sit at dinner, and I just found it a really, really good ship and really friendly. And as I said, like my wife, ex-cruise director, of course, wanted to go to the show every night, and she loved it. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, at this price, all-inclusive, tips, drinks, flights.
Think what your flights would be to Limassol.
I know. It really is. It's ridiculous value. Hang on, we've got the pound deposit as well?
Yeah, of course we have.
Oh, my word. Gets even better, doesn't it? And do you know, I'm not being funny, but, you know, I'd get off the ship at various ports, but
Yeah.
at this time of the year, the weather's going to be great. I would spend a lot of time, I think.
Yeah, but also the ports of call are going to are very different as well.
There's quite a few I've not been to here,
Yeah.
actually.
So again, we're flying you into Limassol. You've got a chance to go into there, and then from there we're going into Alanya, which is in Turkey. And again, from this one, stunning part of the world.
I'd like this.
And again, you can take trips out to the beach here. You can do your beach trips because the weather should still be good at that time of year. You can go to the Dalamatas Caves, which is an excursion they do there, or just wander off and get lost for the day and go and have a little bit of searching around, and then come back to the ship in the afternoon. But I bet many of you haven't been there before. We then go into Marmaris, which is another popular destination in Turkey, which a lot of the Brits go on holiday for. And again, from this one, you've got wonderful beaches just to chill out and relax on. You can also take a trip to the castle. You've got the water parks there as well. And this is geared up for holiday makers. So again, lots to keep you occupied while you're there. We then go into one of my home ports. I used to dock here every week into Heraklion in Crete. And again, from this one, you dock just outside the town area. So to get in is about a 15-minute walk. But again, you've got the beaches there, but you could take a trip over to Knossos, over to the Minoan artefacts there, the Knossos Temple, which is a really, really interesting place.
It is a really nice itinerary, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, with this one, I would do the Knossos in the morning, and then I'd come back in the afternoon and just wander around the town, have a bit of Greek tzatziki, and sit there with your pita bread and just watch the world go by, and then go back to your ship in the afternoon. Quite nice then, chill out, relaxing day, as we then head down to Israel. Obviously, Israel in the papers a lot in the last few weeks with the Eurovision Song Contest, but we're going down into Ashdod there, and again, you've got the skyline, you've got a wonderful chance to go and experience the culture here. And what's nice about this is that you've actually got an overnight there, so you've got 2 days there. So you can go and explore as much as you want there. Wonderful shopping malls.
And you should get some really nice temperatures.
Should get some nice temperatures down there. You've got the Young Park, which is the Green Park area, which is nice to go and relax in. You can go to the Eye of the Sun Monument, and also down to Gill Beaches and some of the other ones there. If not, spend time in the city itself. But from there, back into Limassol, and you've got your flights. Now, we've based this, again, with Marella. Of course, we can do regional flights on there as well. And if you give the guys a call tonight, they'll let you know closest airport to you and if there is any supplement.
And I just loved with Marella that everything was so easy because the flights, the cruise, it's all linked together.
Yeah, you arrive, you've got the staff waiting at the airport, they take you straight to the bus. Oh, there we are, look at that, look.
We look a right bunch there, don't we? I know,
Look at that, look. Are you just being thrown off?
Can I just say, because the passengers on board were a lot smarter than the gang I was with.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did have a great time. We really did. We did look. That wasn't the best picture.
No,
was it?
I think you could have got better ones for your holiday.
Yeah, there were nicer ones. But the ship was really friendly and nothing.
Did you try the speciality restaurant?
Yeah, I was going to say they don't overcharge on anything either. Like the speciality, I think we did a package at 3 restaurants. It worked about £16 extra restaurant.
It's not bad, is it?
No, it's great food. So anyway, all inclusive. So it is all your drinks as well and your tips. I did upgrade to the premium drinks, but that was only another £50 with you, Glenn,
right.
wasn't it?
Yeah, not bad.
That was great. There's great overnights on board. Return flights based on London, Luton or Stansted, but as Glenn said, a really big choice of regionals available with Marella and Planet Cruise there for just a supplement. And you can extend your holiday with either 4 or a 7-night post-hotel stay. Just call for details as
Exactly,
well.
the guy's got all that for you as well.
Price-wise, we have got some great dates for you. Starting in November, which is a really miserable month here in the UK. You could even go on Christmas Day.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I actually looked at that one on your website, but I just thought I couldn't do it to my family, but I'd quite like to go on Christmas Day. I'd actually quite like
They've just foaming club together, they're sending you.
I would seriously, I'd actually love to do that. That'd be really
But look
exciting.
at that 11th of December, come back the 18th, bit of colour
Yeah.
before Christmas.
But yeah, give us a call right now. And the balconies, there are not many, so they will sell pretty quickly.
Very, very few balconies,
Yeah.
but yeah, give us a shout.
Now we're going to finish with another new favourite of mine, Azamara. I got to cruise with Azamara a couple of times last year. And I can also say, I mean, Glenn, when we talk about Azamara, I always think boutique hotel.
Yeah. Well, this is their newest vessel, so they've obviously taken this ship from P&O, they've refurbished it, they've spent millions on it, and obviously given it the Azamara touch on there. But they are,
oh my word,
like a boutique hotel.
They really are. I mean, everything is personal, intimate. Standards are exceptional.
Yeah.
I have to say.
They are. I would class them as a couples ship.
Yeah,
you know,
I
they're part
agree.
of the Royal Caribbean brand, so you've got Royal Caribbean more for the family. Celebrity is in that family as well. That's that level, and then you go to the smaller ships with Azamara, but they are, like you're saying, a boutique hotel.
And you are right, because you know, most of the restaurants, there's lots of tables for two. Obviously, you have a bigger table if you want, but there's lots of tables for two. The choice of eating venues is incredible as well, and standards are amazing. And let's give you a little taster. They are a bit. I always think they're a little bit of a hidden gem within the cruise industry, but
yeah, I think you'll find a lot of people sort of wonder about the price, think how expensive they're going to be, and they're not. They're really good on price for the standards of the quality.
Look at this, beautiful.
And again, I think, you know, not a lot of people sort of sell them because they don't know about them. But again, once they go with them, like you did, they go time and time again. Because again, you've only got 600-700 people on board, especially in destinations like this. Very easy to get on and off the ship, and it's more of a personal service. I can't remember what their tagline is, but I think it's 5-star deluxe cruising or. It is beautiful.
Honestly, it is. I can describe it as an intimate boutique hotel with smaller dining venues. You know, there's nothing big. There's nothing that's. You never see a crowd. You never see a queue. But it's not stuffy either.
No,
it's very relaxed. A friend of mine, Phil Adamson, spent about 8 months last year on board Azamara. He's retired.
Yeah, he's got a nice life, hasn't he?
He's got a very nice life.
But again, I think when you go as well, as I said, with only 600-700 passengers on, you get to know everybody on board. And this is a bit more of a far-flung destination. But if you look at the price on that, remember that's 14 nights. You've got stays in Rio and Buenos Aires. And remember, on board Azamara, all your drinks and your tips are included.
Yeah, all drinks, all tips, everything.
Yeah. Really strong.
I've cruised twice with Azamara. I will definitely be cruising again. And also they have some really special nights as well. They do a night called the White Night.
Yep.
Everyone dresses in white. They have the most amazing outdoor feast.
Yes. Where you go grazing.
Yeah, honestly, it was a feast. They also. I'm sure they still do this, have the Azamazing evening.
Yeah, they do. I'm not sure if they've got them on here because there's nothing on there about it, but they do it on a lot of their cruises, depending on the duration.
But they make everything special. That's
they do.
There's lots of very special touches with Azamara that you will not find on any of the
I think once you go with them, I'll be honest with you, once you go with them and you know, if you're in, you haven't got the kids or the grandkids anymore and you're going as couples, I think once you go with them once, I think you go back again.
Yeah, well, I definitely will. They were amazing. And the price for this itinerary, this length of time, is incredible time. We only have Azamara on the show a few times, but when we do, it's when we've got an exceptional offer.
Yeah, they sell really, really well. So this is going 27th of November, so this is going to get you back sort of a couple of weeks before Christmas, which is nice. But this is taking you down to Rio. So we've given you a couple of nights stay there, but you also do have a night on board as well. So in theory, you've got 3 nights to go and explore. And again, you've got Copacabana Beach, you can go down to the Christ the Redeemer statue, obviously one of the most famous sites in the world, and Sugarloaf Valley. You've got plenty of stuff to keep you occupied for the 3 days. And again, it's just a completely different environment. Maybe you haven't been to Brazil before, you've always wanted to go down there. But again, you know, take your trip up to the Christ the Redeemer. Imagine the pictures you get from there, the Sugarloaf Valley. Really, really beautiful. So you've got 2 nights stay included in a 5-star hotel, and then you've got your overnight on board. And then from there, we head down the coastline. So we go to Ilha Bella, which I've probably said wrong. And again, with this one, wonderful beaches. You've got the state park. You've got hiking trails, famous for its seafood restaurants as well. And again, a little bit of a place many people probably not heard of before. They've not visited. But again, you're heading down the coastline there. We then go from there on to Sao Paulo. So Sao Paulo's got the cultural centre, you've got the Art and History Museum, old colonial buildings meets modern architecture in this part of the world. But again, you've got some of the beaches to go to, you can go and have a look at some of the scenery. But it is a wonderful destination, and again, Sao Paulo, you've seen Rio and Sao Paulo on your cruise, which is good. Quite nice then, you've got a couple of chill-out days at sea as you head all the way down to Uruguay, and we go down into Montevideo. And again, with Montevideo, you've got Independence Square, you've got the colonial landmarks, you've got Placio Salvo, which is one of the monuments there, and again, some wonderful, wonderful buildings to go and visit. And again, I presume many of you haven't been down to Uruguay, and again, this is a chance to see Montevideo. Then down into Punta del Este, and again, this is known as the Riviera, or the Monaco of this part of the world of Uruguay. And again, you've got the famous sculpture, the famous, the hand they call it. But again, with this one as well, when you go down into the main city and the town, just do a bit of people watching, because you will see some of the famous, rich and famous down there. Nice lifestyle down in this part of the world, and not a bad place to spend the afternoon doing a bit of people watching. Once we've done that, we go into Buenos Aires, into Argentina. Now, with this one, again, we've given you a 2-night stay. With this package, we've done 2 at the start and 2 at the end. Again, if you want to extend it longer, I'll be honest, the hotel prices are very good in Buenos Aires. So for a little bit extra, you can have 3 or 4 days, but loads of stuff to do. We can add on trips with the tango and the lunch, or the dinner and the tango show. You can go off to Congress Square. You can do the Evita tour. Lots of stuff to keep you occupied. And one thing I would say when you're down in Argentina, please try the steaks. If you like steaks, they are some of the best in the world. But again, as I said, at the with Rio, you've got 2 days in the hotel and an overnight on board, so it's 3 days. With Buenos Aires, you've got 2 days, but you can extend that. Now, again, flights are generally based on London flights. They're going to be the best options on there for you. But look at that price, $2,000 for 14 nights.
I think that's incredible. And I would, you know, if you've done the big ships and you've reached a point in your cruising where you want to try something that's smaller, more intimate, but still, I mean, you can see very. And I know they don't like to use the word luxurious, but the standard is really high. Yeah, and you're exactly what you're saying. Some people are, you know, we've done the big ships now, we've done all that, we want something. And again, this itinerary is very, very different as well. Yeah, I had the best time. I would highly recommend them. They are a little bit of a gem, but once you discover them, you will cruise again and again with Azamara. Most people that I met on board had cruised with them several times and would not cruise with anybody else. So you will get all of your hotel stays included, and they're 5-star. Also, you've got to bear in mind, this is an all-inclusive cruise as well. And that's the selection of drinks, and believe me, I do know, was huge. It really was. Yeah, we're talking top names and top brands. Tips all included as well, and your return flights as well. That's amazing.
Good, isn't it?
There's one reason why I won't book that. I'm not allowed holiday in November. That's the only reason. That is the only reason.
You fancy that one, don't you?
I do fancy that a lot, yeah. When I cruised, I was in the Club Ocean View, really nice, but you've got verandas and you've even got the suites there. But the interiors are really nice as well, under £2,000. What a show. I mean, a real...
Seven deals plus a couple of extras.
So different, aren't they?
We've been all round, haven't we?
We really have. So what we're going to do is just have a quick recap as well. Well, I'll start. Seeing as I was clubbing in the 80s, I'll start. So it's a throwback 80s festival at sea there. Obviously, James joined us. the main things about this, it is all about that amazing 80s festival. But I think James's own words, he said, no muddy fields, no Portaloos.
Yeah, exactly.
You're on board a great cruise ship. But you are guaranteed to see all of the acts on board, aren't you?
Yeah, so this is more of I would say, a party cruise, as you can see there, which is really good. But again, that's a great one, the Ultimate Festival at Sea, 80s, $629 per person, and I say you can have your drinks on there. And you've got deals there if you've got 3 or 4 people in the cabin.
Yeah, brilliant. So if you'd like to book that one, give us a call. They do sell very quickly. They did last time we had them on. $629 is the lead price there. And then we went from the 80s. If you prefer the West End, we've got stages, haven't we?
Exactly. So this is, again, a 4-night one on here for you, going over to Dublin, going out on the 14th of October, so the following cruise. And the main things with this are Alfie Bow, Sheridan Smith, Calabro, plus lots of other names to be advertised. You can add on that drinks package on there. Your grats are included on there as well. But again, that's one the wife wants going to be talking to me about later on tonight.
I would love to do that one myself. So yeah, you might bump into me on board, Glenn. Then we had a beautiful cruise with Princess, and this was the 70-night Thailand, Malaysia and Vietnam from Singapore there. If you book by Friday, that's the 31st of May, you will save an additional £50 per booking. You've got that 3-night 4-star hotel stop there in Singapore. You've got the Gardens by the Bay tour included, 12 nights on board, and the price out under £1,500. I think that was exceptional.
Really good, that one.
Yeah. And you can pay, of course, in instalments.
You can, yeah, pay it off as you go along. That's not a problem at all. Then we moved on to our next cruise, which was Hurtigruten, all the way up to Norway. Again, very, very different. If you really want to see the Northern Lights, you want to see Norway in all its glory, but again, travelling to all these small destinations as you go up, this is definitely one to do. Again, we've got the leading price at $14.45, and as you saw on the slide that we had there, various sailings go with various charter airlines, so you can pick and choose your dates, but you've got an exclusive £50 onboard spend per cabin. That off finishes on Friday. Free Wi-Fi, tea, coffee, and a choice of your cabin number, which is really important on there. And again, we've based it on return flights from Cardiff, but as I said, it does differ on there. But that's something different. And finally, remember, you've got that Northern Lights promise.
Yeah, very important. And then we took you on board the Jewel of the Seas with Royal Caribbean over to Dubai, Oman, and Abu Dhabi as well. So you get the 3-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Dubai, 7-night cruise on board, return flights based from London, but you have got regional flights available as well, and that for 12 nights is just over, well, just under £1,100. Amazing, isn't it?
Then we go on to your favourite, the Marella Dream, and this one's going over to Limassol.
In terms of value, I think it's unbeatable.
Really good.
I do.
So this is we're going to look at the Marella Dream, and this is the one that's going from Limassol. Nice itinerary. There's a little bit of Turkey, a little bit of Greece, then down to Israel.
Just a nice winter sun, really.
$559 is the leading price on that one. Again, you've got overnights in Ashdod for Jerusalem. Of course, you get the chance to go there. We've got return flights from London, Luton or Stansted, but again, we have regional airlines, and again, you can extend this if you wanted to with a 4 or 7 night stay at the end of the holiday.
And you could even go out on Christmas Day if you wanted to. I'd love to do that. I really would. And then finally, I love Azamara. I really do. They are such a beautiful kind of boutique ship line where lots of choice on a smaller ship. No queues, no crowds, nothing like that. And you've got a 40-night Rio de Janeiro to Buenos Aires cruise there with stays as well, under £2,000 a night. Everything's on our Planet Cruise website, open tonight till 10. If you call tomorrow after 8 o'clock in the morning and somebody answers the phone and says, hello, Glenn speaking, that's you, Glenn, isn't it?
Yeah, I think 8:30 I'm in tomorrow morning, so I'll be there. So
are you the only Glenn in the office? Or?
No, there's 2 of us.
So
I'm the good-looking one. He'll kill me tomorrow.
Glenn Wallace. If you hear his voice tomorrow, it's him. Glenn, thank you so much. You're here next week.
I'm back again next week, mate, yeah.
So am I. We will see you next week with
Cheers, guys.
Planet Cruise.
Hiya, thanks for watching the video. Now don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below. Remember to click that bell to get all notifications, and if you're looking for more fantastic travel video content like this, click on the videos to the right hand side. It'll be really informative. Or click on the Planet logo to the left to go to our website for some fantastic deals. Keep cruising.